Okay, so here we go. I think it is a couple minutes after. Okay. All right, we're going. Volume's on. Let me mute you guys. Mute, mute, and then I'm gonna make this screen a little bit bigger. How do I? Nope. How's that? How do I do that? Oh, it might just be because it's only you guys. That's okay. Huh. Oh, up here. I'm gone 2 weeks and I can't remember how to do anything. Nope. Make that one bigger. Make that one bigger. Oh my goodness, I can't make it work, guys. Hang on. View. Gallery. Should be able to highlight. Okay, it's not letting me highlight today, and I think it's just because we're the only two people here, so that's okay. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I can see it. Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. So on your back, I know you can get comfortable. You can get into your yoga breathing pretty quickly. We're breathing in through the nose. We're exhaling through the nose. We're allowing that breath to start coming into the body, preparing the body for movement. We want to feel it expanding into the chest, so go beyond the throat. Feel the ribs moving up, feel the lungs expanding as much as you can, and then eventually getting into the belly breathing. Maybe you get into that pretty quickly. Always going into Ujjayi breathing. If you like that little whispery kind of at the back of the throat, some people really like that. For others, it's too much to think about all the time. So once you're comfortable, again, you want to have your strap nearby so you can grab it easily. Start to focus on the exhalations to allow the tension to leave the body, right? So we're feeling that fresh oxygen come in. And then as we exhale, we want to let go of any tension, tightness, busy thoughts that we don't need right now. Very hard for some of us, myself included, to keep them out of our minds. But just every time something comes in and you're kind of thinking about what's happening later or whatever, let it go. Exhale. We're going to do about 5 more here before we get into that bent knees position. So again, really focus on that breath coming all the way to the belly now. Fully expanded here. On the exhale, feel the chest and belly kind of come back down, but also releasing that tension and keeping the mind nice and clear. And our breathing will probably not be in sync, so focus on your own breath, however long it takes for the inhale, exhale, and you can always match my movements when you're ready. So from there, we're going to come into the bent knees pose, lifting those hips up, move them down so that the back feels long. We still feel that little curve in the lower back, very normal. We want to allow that to be there. We're going to spread our shoulders apart. Feel also like you get the neck a little bit longer, right? And then the arms are long. We're going to bring the arms alongside us. The palms are facing down, but then we want to relax. So feel the shoulders, the backs of your shoulders kind of just pressing into the mat. We don't want to activate the shoulders and the arms right now. They're just relaxed. Toes are pointing straight in front of us. Inhale, exhale, a couple more times. And we're going to go over the head on the next inhale. Reach those arms up and over. Use the exhale to bring them all the way back down to the mat. Right away, going back into it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the arms back down. So we'll do a couple more of those before we add some lower body movement into that. So really focus on feeling this stretch now going into the shoulders, the upper back, maybe the chest a little bit. Maybe as you're taking the arms overhead into that stretch, again, from fingertips, Start feeling it even lower than the shoulder and chest. We're gonna feel it along the sides of the body maybe. Let's do 2 more here. All right, now we're going to take the arms over the head on the inhale, and I want you to just let them come to the floor. So whatever you need to do to achieve that, maybe bending the elbows, maybe taking the arms out more like a V rather than straight overhead, but somewhere so where you can get the backs of your arms and the backs of your hands onto the floor. And if you feel some tightness in here in any of these areas, again, focus in. On the exhale, see if you can just kind of let those areas relax a little bit. Couple more. Now we're just going to bring those arms a little bit lower now, and they're going to be straight out to the sides of the body. I mean, to the shoulders, straight out away from the body, right? You can do palms up, you can do palms down. This is whatever feels most comfortable. It's a little more relaxed with the palms up, but if for some reason that's not good, you can try palms down, and you can still have them a little higher than the shoulders if that works. Easy hip stretch, right? So take a breath in and out. On the next inhale, preparing. On the exhale, knees go right. On the inhale, they come right back up. So we're keeping the feet apart and parallel, so that when the knees drop, we're hitting different areas of the hips on each leg, or the whole, I guess it would be the hips and the glutes. So as you exhale, let the knees go and kind of notice that, you know, the right leg might go all the way down, left leg probably won't. Inhale, they come back up. We're still separate and parallel. Exhale, go to your left and inhale up. And just notice where you're feeling that. And we'll compare it later when we get into a little bit deeper stretch when the legs are together. One thing I really like about this one, I'll just demonstrate. So when we go to the right, in addition to that inner thigh on the right, if you let that left knee drop, I really feel a nice stretch coming up kind of along the outside of this hip. And inhale up, and last time to the left here. And inhale back up. Let's go ahead and bring those knees into the chest, and go ahead and bring the arms to the legs, and just pull the knees in gently. Feel that lower back just pressing and spreading into your mat. And while we're here, let's just do a little bit of foot movement before we go deeper. So point and flex, however you want to do that. Go both ways. Kind of curl the toes together, spread them out, just kind of get things moving. And then we're going to come back to our bent knees position. So once again, feet are parallel. Bring those arms alongside you. Now we're going to focus on the spine a little bit. We don't do it often at the beginning of class, but we are today. So when we're inhaling, or we'll be lifting up into a bridge pose. And it might be kind of a modified a little bit. Maybe you're not really warmed up through the back. So really focus on trying to have each little part of your back coming up separately. When you get to the top of the bridge, we'll just stay there for one breath, and then we'll lower it back down. And again, we want to have each little part of our back coming down, and you'll even have the whole lower back pressing in for just a moment, and then we'll pause here. So just keep the arms right alongside you. One more breath cycle here. And that next inhale, you're going to start by kind of lifting the tailbone up, and you'll feel that lower back pressing down. And now, little by little, continue to press your hips up as you're lifting your back off the mat. Now, once you're here, you've been inhaling. I want you to exhale. Inhale while you're up. On the exhale, roll it back down inch by inch. And once you come down to that bent knees pose, just take a breath or two here. So the other thing that we need to remember on this one is to not let the knees move toward each other or away. And you would probably feel that because it would feel differently in your feet. but really focus on the feet and knees staying in that parallel position as we come back again. So let's prepare. Inhale, exhale. And then that next inhale, start to make your way up into your bridge pose again. Can you press the hips a little higher this time? Stay there as you exhale. Inhale again. And exhale, roll it back down. And when we get to that bent knees, again, 1 or 2 more breaths. Now the third time we get up there, I want you to stay just a little bit longer because I want you to start to stretch the hip flexors just a bit more. So on the next inhale, here we go, coming back up. Take your time, use that full breath to get up there. Now stay here, exhale. On the inhale, can you press your hips just a little higher? Stay there, exhale. Inhale one more time, maybe the hips can go a tiny bit higher. And exhale, roll it back down. And once again, when you get those hips on the mat, bring the knees in and massage your lower back a little bit. Both feet up, flex and point. With the ankles. All right, so now let's move on to some lower body work. Bring the arms back once more, starting in our bent knees pose. As we get into warming up the hips here, we're gonna have that strap and do some inner, outer hip stuff. Take a breath in and out. There's so much noise happening out in my house. I don't know what's happening. I'm sure the vacuum's gonna come hit the door, so I apologize if you hear all of that bumping and machinery type noise going on. All right, here we go. Arms over the head on the inhale. Take that full stretch every time. On the exhale, pull the right knee and hold it there. We're not letting our hips shift at all. We're keeping them aligned with each other. The hands can go anywhere on the leg that you like. Just try to avoid pulling right on the knee. Oh, that feels so good. And we're going to slowly extend the leg up, and then we'll let the knee bend and extend. You don't have to flex the foot. You can if you want. Just do that a couple times. All right. Now, keeping the knee bent, we're going to move it around, and we're just going to start to loosen up that hip just a little bit before we grab the strap. We'll do right and left for warm up. No, we'll do right for warm up and do the whole right series, and then we'll do the left. All right. Knee moving around the opposite way. Same thing. All right, so you've warmed the hip up just a little bit, and let's extend the leg and warm up the right foot a little bit more focus movement here, really flexing, pointing. You don't have to go fast, you can slow it down. Throw the ankle, same thing. Now, be aware of keeping the hips as even as you can. Yeah, we've done some pretty minimal warm up here. I'm using a strap today that loops around my yoga mat. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it today as it's kind of Velcroed together. Hope it doesn't come apart. If it does, you can always use your strap just right across the foot, and you can even lasso the loop, the double loop strap if that works better for you. But I find I actually prefer holding onto both sides of the strap with the strap open, but anyway, I'm just trying this today. And you don't even probably need to know all of that. All right, so on this next inhale, I'm going to think of pressing my heel a little further away, excuse me, and then on the exhale, I'm just gently pulling a little bit. My hips aren't going to move at all. This other leg is not going to move at all for now. So again, inhale, think of lengthening the back of the leg. On the exhale, a little bit of pulling. Try to keep the foot pointing directly over your head. Don't let the toes kind of flare out to the side. And again, inhale, exhale. So take some time getting into whatever your maximum stretch is going to be. All right, so how long it takes you to get there, totally fine. But once you've got the leg into that hamstring stretch and you're feeling okay with that, what I want you to do is allow the left leg to now stretch all the way out. All right? So the hips are still pretty even with each other. Don't hold on so tight that you feel like you're working the arms. It shouldn't feel like that at all. We're just helping our leg stay in that deeper stretch, all right? So we're gonna take a couple more breaths here. Just trying to let this hamstring relax. We're gonna go into inner thigh first and then outer thigh. So you can take that left hand and kind of press it down at the front of the hip. If you feel that that left hip comes up when you start opening the leg, you want to just press a little more firmly. We're going to take a breath in and out. We're going to inhale again, and on the exhale, we're just going to let this right leg open to the right. Now, if you feel that hip coming up off the mat, you got to pull it back a little bit. Keep the hip pressed down and see where you can go with that. So we got that right inner thigh, getting a good stretch here. Take another breath or two here. Keep pressing that hip down if it's wanting to roll. Now you're going to inhale, bringing the leg up all at once, changing hands all at once. And now on the exhale, we're going to allow it to go across the body. If that's too intense, feel free to bend the knee. Keep that right arm open if you can. Rather keep the right shoulder down than go so far that the shoulder cannot remain on the mat. Again, I always like to, I can use my wall here a little bit. I don't want to rely on it, but it's nice to have it there. Especially if this is a challenging stretch. You're going to feel this all outside that hip. Now bring the leg back up. Inhale. Both hands are going to go onto the leg or the strap. Back into your hamstring stretch. And one more option, you can just kind of bring the upper body up off the floor, bringing your head in toward that knee. And then we're going to allow, we're going to take the strap off. We're going to bring both knees back in and roll it back a little bit. And then we'll start all over because we haven't done anything on the left yet. So bring yourself into your bent knees pose. Go ahead and move your strap off to the left so you'll have it ready. Once you're here, full breath in and out. And then adding the arms to it. Inhale, bring the arms over the head. Exhale, bring the left knee in. Once again, we're just going to give it a little bit of time. See where that knee can come, coming in toward the upper body. And extend the leg up. Once again, we're going to work the foot first. A little bit more focused movement than we did earlier. So don't rush through these movements. Again, start circling the ankle when you're ready. Notice if there's any areas that feel really tight. Maybe you need to go back and kind of focus into those areas again. I tell you, sitting in a car, and we did walking during our trip, a lot of walking. But the type of range of motion movement that we do in yoga or any kind of just like stretching, I try to do a little bit, but it's just not the same as when you take the time for that and that your focus is really just on that. All right, we're going to bend the knee and straighten just a couple of times, kind of see how that feels. And then we'll allow the knee to stay bent. You can hold the leg or not, but we're just going to start to move that knee around and kind of see what's happening inside that left hip. Start to loosen it up a bit. Again, we always want to do every possible direction, right? Hopefully that feels pretty good, loosening everything up. And then we'll extend the leg up. Let's go ahead and grab our strap now. Same thing. I'm just going to go with the open strap. I really prefer it. So as you extend it up, again, once again, make sure the hips stay square to each other. Allow that left leg up. Now on the next inhale, being more aware and lengthening through the back of the leg. So push your heel away a little bit. On the exhale, just see if you can stay there. Again, give yourself some time, and also be honest with yourself. You know, you might know ahead of time that one leg is going to always feel like it has more range of motion than the other. And you don't just say like, well, that's the way it's going to be. But also, it's okay if the one leg needs, you know, less, can go into, what am I trying to say, doesn't go into the same deep stretch. It might eventually, but you just need to kind of, every time you go into some type of a yoga practice, be present with what you have, work on things that you want to work on, but also accepting where we are. And that's still, what you're doing is still really important and really beneficial at whatever level you're doing it at. So we're working these deep breaths in and out. We're working deeper into our hamstring stretch. When you get to that point where you're just going to kind of stay there, being more comfortable. And again, don't be pulling so hard. I just noticed I'm pulling like really hard on here. I need to relax my shoulders a bit. And I'm going to let that right leg stretch all the way out. Oh, that feels so good, doesn't it? Okay, getting ready to go into that inner thigh stretch. So we want to have both hands on the strap or straps. We want to take that right hand onto the right hip and just keep it in place here. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, open to the left. What feels okay? Oh, I've got all the way out there. I'm going to scoot over a little bit so I don't use the wall too much. Yeah, but we want to, again, just allow that inner thigh, groin area to open up. Now, if it's painful, you know, we know the difference now between painful and intense, right? Intense means the body's working hard to allow it to happen. Painful, your body's saying, just don't go there right now. All right, for whatever reason that could be. So inhale, exhale a couple more times. And then remember, we're preparing on the next inhale. Right away, changing hands. Exhale, take it all the way across. Keep that left arm and shoulder down. See where you can go. Ooh. If it cramps a little bit, like my hip going, what are you doing? You haven't done this for 2 weeks, lady. Ooh, bring it back up into that hamstring stretch. And again, once again, get comfortable here. And as an option, you can always bring the upper body up. Try to bring that head in to meet the knee. And then lower yourself. Keep the strap nearby. You might want to use it later. Now we're going to, once again, bring the knees in. Let's do a little bit more movement, side to side rolling. Even circling the knees around one way. And then the other. All right, let's stretch those legs out long. Take those arms overhead. Now, once you're in that position, palms are open. I want you to inhale and make everything get even longer. As you exhale, let everything relax. While you're here, you turn your head to one side. Bring it back up. Take it the other side. And then bring it back up. All right. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, relax. Let's do that one last time before we make our way up. Inhale. And exhale. All right, now you've got a couple of options here. If you want to roll over and slowly make your way up, we're going to come all the way to standing today. You can also bring the knees in and rock a little bit. Rock yourself up, however you want to get there. But I want you to slowly, whether you come through hands and knees, however you want to do it, I want you to bring yourself around to the top of the mat. Get my hair out of the way. All right, so because I want to work through the back side now, right? We did a lot of, we did some hips, we did some hamstring. I want to work through the spine a little bit more. We did a little bit of warm up through the bridge pose. So come to the top of your mat to mountain pose. Always take that moment to kind of check in with the body. You know, don't overthink it, but you know, it should feel pretty automatic, I guess, at this point. Lift the toes up, place them down. We're gonna try to avoid gripping. Stand tall, pull the crown of the head up, broaden across your chest, but let the shoulders stay down and back and relaxed. Woo, what was that? All right, even circle the hands a couple times, right? Now take a breath in and out. I'm gonna focus on that mountain, or on the breathing again in mountain pose. We're still feeling the chest expand, ribs, lungs, belly, right? On the exhale, you can let go of some tension, but we're not going to let go of our beautiful mountain pose, right? How are we doing time-wise? Okay. All right, one more inhale, exhale. Let's bring the arms into it. On the inhale, open those arms, bring them up together, bring the hands to palms together, hand to the heart. Exhale, roll down. We're just going to tuck the chin. We're going to roll down. You can have a block handy if that helps you, or hands on the floor, and come fully into that forward bend. And feel where the hips are. Are they kind of behind you? Like if you dropped a line from the hips, are they way behind the heels? Try to shift your weight forward a little bit more.
The nice thing is the universes are a little more, they're smaller, more compact, but they're more efficient.
All right, while we're down here, let's take both hands over to one corner, getting that opposite side stretch. And slowly take it all the way to that other corner. Same thing, really take that opposite arm and reach as far as you can. And then come back to the middle, grab those opposite elbows, and just let gravity help you go a little deeper here.
It will, because the heat of the attic is affecting the core.
Now, tighten the belly a bit. You can let the knees bend a little bit if you want to. Hands can even come mid-thigh here, and roll it back up. Come all the way back up. Arms are gonna, again, come over the head. Hand to the heart. And back to mountain pose. Inhale, exhale. So we're gonna go through that one more time. Then we'll move on, get onto some hands and knees stuff. But our lunges and warrior poses today are gonna come from a step back position from the top of the mat. If you prefer something else, you can always, follow what feels right for today. So let's try that one more time. Inhale, bring the arms over the head. Exhale, roll it down. Again, keeping the hands and the head close to the body. Hands to the floor.
Yeah, so from here they have 5 different runs.
Now, fingertips to the block or the front of the legs. Inhale, extend that back, long and strong. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, roll it back up. Arms come out and up once again. Hands to the heart. And back to mountain pose. And moving on this time. Inhale, get tall. Option to dive into the forward bend or roll down, whatever you prefer. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Plant the hands. Take your time, but make your way into a plank or modified plank. Inhale, exhale here. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Remember to engage the belly so we don't pull from the lower back, happening right between the shoulder blades. Exhale, move back down. Come to your child's pose. Move the hips back. Keep the arms extended. Once again, let's take both arms over to one edge, that opposite arm going further.
I call this thing a knuckle buster. So it's like, you take this off and then this one usually gets stuck and you're trying to yank it up and get your knuckles.
And then walk those hands all the way to the other side. Same thing.
It's a little small. It's only 16, 25 by 1 second. But like I said,
All right, extend the arms forward. Let's come up onto our hands and knees. So take a moment to get the placement of that. All right, spread those fingers apart. Never lock the elbows. We're just going to soften them a little bit. We're going to inhale and exhale. Pull that belly in. Inhale, easy little cow pose. Exhale, arching up into cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, getting even longer through the spine. Exhale, arching up into cat pose. So our goal here, continue with those, is to feel more movement, more lengthening, more space in the spine each time we go into these poses. 2 more. All right, inhale into cow 1 more time. Exhale into downward dog. Now this might be a little shorter dog, and that's okay. If you want to lengthen it out, you can. I'm going to keep it short. Focus on the lower body first. So push the heels down, 1 at a time.
It's around, yeah. I like to push the very first
All right. Come back onto hands and knees. 1 more thing, we won't take too much time on it, but I want to work on that spinal rotation. So take a full breath in and out. On the next inhale, open to the right. Exhale, bring the right hand back down. Inhale, open to the left, chest and palm open. Exhale, back down. Try to keep the body more in, think of it as more of a rotation from side to side, and you're not letting those hips move around too much. We're going to do 2 more. We're not going deeper into it. It's just to open it up a little bit. Always opening on the inhale. We got 1 last one each side. Inhale. Bring it down. Exhale. Inhale. And bring it down. Exhale. Okay, I want you to go ahead and let's come to downward dog again. Walk the hands back. Hang here opposite, grabbing those opposite elbows. And roll it back up. All right, so we're going to come back to the top of the mat. I didn't do a lot of sun salutations today because I really wanted to focus more on hips and glutes and all of that. So as I said, we're going to go into our lunges and warriors from standing position. So let's come back to that mountain pose. And you know, if you find that it's not as comfortable for you, feel free to come into it from a downward dog or a hands and knees. Let's try that full body with take the arms up. Inhale, exhale, dive or roll down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, extend, come back up. Exhale, back to mountain pose. All right, hands can stay here. We're going to eventually bring them up. You can also go on the hip. I want you to step that left foot back. Just come into a high lunge right off the bat. So we want to always keep an eye on that forward knee. Don't let it ever come in. It feels like it should go forward, and even think of going to the right. It can't really go too far without the foot changing, right? You would feel that. You wouldn't want your foot to come up. So we're just thinking of pressing it out to keep it aligned over the second and third toe, kind of what I use a guideline. Take the arms up. Now, try to stay balanced. Remember, you can have a shorter distance here, whatever you need, but the center is working too. Everything in here, pulling so tight. Take a breath in and out. 1 more full breath. Prepare on the next inhale. Exhale, open it up to warrior 2 right away. Where's that front knee? Once again, still lined up over the foot, but now the heel's lining up with that back foot arch. You want to feel like that back foot, the heel's just a little further back than the toes are. Inhale, reverse warrior. Don't come out of the lunge. Curl that body or stretch that body up and back. Back to warrior two. Come into your side angle pose. Extend that left arm up or extend it over. Now open that shoulder, tuck it behind you, reaching for that right hip. Gaze up beyond that left shoulder. All right, extend the arm back up. Come back to warrior two. Straighten the leg, turn the toes, face the side in a nice comfortable straddle. Take the hands over the head, interlace the fingers. Either one, because you know we're gonna do both grips, right? Stretch up, shoulders down. Stretch up again, but keep those shoulders down. Palms can go up. Now, from the side, you wanna feel like you're moving those arms a little further beyond the ears, because we're just working the shoulders here. Trying to open it up. Tends to be a tight area for most of us. That's it. One more full breath. Open those arms, find your warrior two again. Inhale, exhale. Prepare, inhale. Come back to your high lunge. Bring your hands to your hips. Step that left foot in and find your warrior one leg. From there, bring the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. One more time, exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. Bring your hands to your hips. Think ahead. Feel more weight in that right foot. Tighten through the middle. Before you step forward into mountain pose, I want you to try to step forward. Lift that left foot off the ground. Knee comes in front for a moment. And we replace it. I'm going to turn around to the other side. We've got to do the whole left side, so do what you need to do. Move your block, whatever you need to be ready. Here we are. We'll go into a forward bend and stretch it out a little bit first. We'll take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, roll or dive into that forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rolling up or reverse dive. All the way up, hands together. Come back to mountain pose. Step that right foot back. Find your high lunge. Find your balance before you ever bring the arms into it. If you lose the balance, try it again. Tighten up even more through the middle. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, open to warrior two. Opening it up right away. Looking over that left hand. Reverse warrior, take that left arm up and back. Back to warrior two. Side angle pose, arm up. Maybe you want to extend it over that right ear. And then wherever it is, I want you to tuck it behind you, reaching for the left hip, looking up and beyond that right shoulder. All right, extend the arm back up. Come back up to warrior two. And then once again, we're going to come to our straddle. Very, very short amount of time here. But I want you to now take your hands together in the opposite grip of whatever you used earlier. Lengthen the arms. Press the shoulders down. Keep finding that perfect position. Again, option to do the palms up. And then very gently bringing the arms back alongside the shoulders. One more full breath here. All right, open it back up to warrior two one more time. Prepare, inhale, exhale, turn to your high lunge. Hands on the hips, Find your warrior one. Bring that right foot in a little bit. Make sure the hips are even, facing the front. Bring the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Lift the heart if you can. Inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, cactus arms second time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back to your hips. Again, tighten it up. Put more weight into the forward leg, the left leg. See if you can bring that right foot off the mat. Lift the knee in front for just a moment. And then come back to mountain pose. How we doing? Oh, let's do a quick little balance. Now, since we just did that one, if you want to, for something different, you're just going to balance with one leg in front of you. You don't want the knee higher than the hip, but you can have it at hip level or lower. You can even tuck the foot in, or go into your traditional tree pose, any level that you want. Start in mountain pose, feel the balance, and then whenever you're ready, try tree pose, try the one leg in front. Arms can be wherever you want. Right? Just give you a moment for that. If you're in that tree pose, remember our focus needs to be on the knee pressing to the side more than the foot coming up into a higher position. All right, coming out of that, back to mountain pose. Try the other leg. Whatever you did on one side, you want to do it on the other. Again, always finding a focal point is going to really help. If you're kind of looking around the room, distracted, it's much harder to stay in that balance. But find that one thing to look at. Stay tall and strong. All right, if you've done both, great. Come on back to the top of the mat. If you're still balancing and it's feeling wonderful, just stay there. We are going to make our way back down. We're going to do a little bit more face down on the mat. We're going to revisit bridge pose again. So let's come back to that mountain pose. Take a breath or two. Settle yourself in here. When you're ready, arms come up on the inhale. Dive or roll down into your forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to pause here. Keep that back strong. Keep it pulled in tight. Arms are going to reach back or perhaps angling away from us. Now the palms are down. We can go straight out to the side. We can extend the arms forward as long as we can maintain the strong back, right? Take a breath in. Exhale, forward bend. Step back into your downward dog. We haven't been here much today, so let's really stretch it out here. Pedal the feet, stretch the sides of the body. Two more breaths here. Next inhale, come into plank. Exhale, lower. My hands were slipping on there. Now bring the arms long. Keep your forehead down. Engage the belly. Inhale, we're going to start with half locust. So I want you to just bring the forehead and chest up. Reach your fingertips back, lifting from between the shoulder blades. Think of it going right through to your sternum. Long neck, don't look in front of you. Long neck, look about to the top edge of your mat. Take a breath in and out. Inhale while you're up. Exhale, lower. If you'd like, you can turn your head to one side. Once again, forehead to the mat. Tighten up through the middle. When you're ready, lift up, inhale, upper body. Maybe you want to bring the lower body up. Maybe you want to lift even higher. Try to maintain that. Now on this inhale, I'm going to go just a tiny bit higher. Exhale, lower. You're going to turn the head the other way for a moment. Let the neck stretch. All right, forehead to the mat. Bring the arms, or rather the hands, kind of right in front of and under the shoulders. Bend the knees. You can even move the arms up if you need the room, but bend the knees and do that little windshield wiper roll. This is such a good stretch for the inner and outer thigh as well. All right, now, bring those bring those legs back down. And we're going to inhale to cobra one last time. We're going to exhale and move into our child's pose. All right, now as we come out of that, swing those legs around in front of you. We're going to start with a one-legged forward bend. So choose which leg you want to extend. The other one, you're going to kind of tuck that foot to the inside edge. Now, I won't lie, this is a hard one for me on the external part. I can't get my knee down very far. But what we're doing is going forward. We're going to inhale here, exhale, forward bend. So you're reaching forward, but we're also, again, getting into that inner thigh here. So try to keep the spine long, even if you feel like you can't go as far forward, right? We don't want to be rounded over way back here. We want to have our chest moving forward. All right, as you come out of that, you're going to put the foot flat, pull the knee in toward the chest, inhale, exhale, twist, and look over. So if you've got the left knee in, you're looking left. Right knee in, you're looking right. Either one. Just make sure you're doing both. Remember, the spine is tall and we're rotating. We're not leaning toward the back of the mat. All right, back to the front. Let's quickly do the other side. Same thing. So pull that foot in, drop that knee open, inhale, lengthen, exhale, reach forward again. It's a good one. If this is a hard one for you, you can use that strap to help keep the spine long as you go forward. And again, come out of it, bring the foot flat, pull the knee in, inhale, straighten, exhale, rotate. And come back to the front, stretch the legs out. One forward bend with both legs extended. Get as tall as you can on the breath in. Exhale, forward bend. All right, as you come out of that, I want you to bend the knees. Now, if you want to turn on your side and come all the way down to your back, you can do that. I'm going to roll down, so I'm pulling in tight here. My hands are going to stay here for a little support. Roll down carefully. Once you feel that lower back come down, then you can relax a little bit more. Come all the way down, bring the knees in. Once again, we're going to roll the back. So I said we're going to revisit bridge pose. We are. Have a block nearby if you might need it. And I'll show you what I mean for that, but we're not going to do it just yet. We're going to start by coming into our bent knees pose. Make sure everything's aligned. Take a breath in and out. All right, on the next inhale, coming up into that bridge pose. So take your time. Again, coming up the same way we did earlier. Knees are not moving. We're coming into the top here, pressing the hips high. Take an exhale here. Inhale while you're up. Exhale, lower back down. Again, try to isolate each little part of the back of the spine. Okay, stay longer this time. Again, always an option. You can come back down at any time that you need to. Here we go on the inhale, coming back up, rolling back up. Now pressing the arms a little more firmly, pressing the feet a little more firmly. Feel those muscles engage a little bit more. Now, try to take one arm and reach it straight up from the shoulder. Is that bridge feeling strong still? Let's take the arm back down and try the other one. Maybe the first arm can join it and we can stay in our bridge pose with arms up. All right, let's just bring the upper arms back down. Try to keep the forearm and hands pointing straight up. Take a breath in and out here. Inhale, lift the hips a little more. Exhale, roll it back down. Stay here in bent knees, pose, arms come down. One last time, I promise. Inhale when you're ready, come back up to your bridge pose. Keep those hips lifted, take both arms, one arm or no arms up. Reach those arms back over the head, parallel to the ground. Bring them back up, reaching for the ceiling. Take one more inhale, lift the hips higher. Exhale, roll it back down. Bring the arms down at any point. Once your hips hit the mat, let's bring those knees in and roll it back. Now we're ready to go into the deeper twist. However, you can go back to any level that you like. I'm going to say we're going to start with our feet off the mat. I actually forgot to use that, so whatever. Open the arms, take a breath in. Exhale, let the knees go right. Look left. Open those arms as much as you are comfortable. So the knees and feet are staying together as much as we can. Prepare, inhale, bring the knees up. Exhale, drop the knees the other way. So this is a double twist, or both knee twist, or both legs twisting. Being on vacation really gets my brain, it's good, it relaxes. I don't think about yoga and Zumba, which kind of consume my thoughts all the time. But then sometimes I kind of forget my my routine as well. All right, inhale, bring the knees back up. Hug them in. Now we're going to go into one leg. So I want you to hold the left knee in and let the right leg stretch down. This way we'll be going to the right again first. So give that leg a moment to stretch. Again, the stretch here is happening behind the hip. When you're ready, open the left arm. Right arm's going to stay here. We're going to inhale, prepare, and exhale once again. Twist. This time that left knee coming as far over as we can while still keeping that left knee, or left, see what I mean? I don't know my body parts anymore. My left shoulder on the mat. Now, as we come out of this one, stay here one more breath. As we come out of it, you come onto your back, and we're just going to open into that thread the needle. So that left foot crosses the right knee. This is great right here. We can also take the foot up, whatever feels good. I think I'm probably getting better at this one. All right, uncross. Bring the feet up, flex and point the feet a few times. Let's get them moving a little bit. And then we're going to start all over again, back in bent knees. All right, take a breath in and out. Next, inhale, bring the arms over the head. Exhale, pull the right knee in. Again, giving it a little time to stretch, and then we're going to let that left leg stretch all the way out. Preparing for that single leg twist, open the right arm, inhale. Exhale, pull that right knee across using the left hand. All right, coming onto the back, once again, right foot across the left knee. Stay there or bring the left foot up. All right, uncross, hug the knees in again. Now we're going to do one last one. It's going to be the one we started with. So we're going to bring the feet separate in that bent knees position. Just open the arms a little bit. Again, going into the twist with both knees, but keeping the feet up and knees apart. See how it feels now. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop to the right. This time we'll stay there. We won't come right out of it. And just take a breath or two here. All right, bring the knees up, inhale. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Look to the right if you like. And inhale, bring the knees up. Okay, I said I was going to use the block one more time, and then I forgot to. So I'm going to give you an option here if you want to. I like to use it. We're going to come into butterfly stretch. What's nice about the block versus not having the block is it just pushes your hips a little more forward. So probably, using it at the lowest level. You're going to kind of put it behind, not at the lower back. That's not comfortable. Go right below. You can feel how the back of your pelvis is pretty solid piece of bone there, right? So if you want to use it, that's fine. If you want to do your regular butterfly, that's fine too. But just the feet are together, and we're just letting the knees drop open, and we're just, by having your hips lifted up, I feel like it just, for me, it's more comfortable to stretch into those inner thighs. It may not be for you. Arms can be anywhere you like. I like having mine just a little higher. I hold a lot of tension up here in my shoulders, and so by focusing on the hips and shoulders relaxing at once, just starting to prepare for Savasana. So take a deep breath in and notice what might feel a little tight or tense. As you exhale, try to let it relax. Couple more. If you have a block under the hips, you want to come out carefully. So kind of bring the knees up first. Help yourself by lifting the hips a little bit. Move that block out. And then we're going to stretch the legs out long, and the arms are going to come overhead. And we're going to get the body nice and long again. So make sure you've got some room. Inhale, stretch from fingertips to toes. Exhale, let it all relax. And again, inhale, stretch from fingers to toes. And exhale, relax. We're always taking a nice resting breath in between. And one more time, full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Now bring those arms lower than the shoulders, and you're going to let the legs drift, move apart a bit. So we just want to get into our most comfortable position for Savasana or final relaxation. And we want to start to focus on breathing and just allowing the body to relax even more. Might only be for a minute or two, but it's really important for both our bodies and our minds. So focus on the breath coming in, allow it to still come to the belly. On those exhalations, let everything relax. Remember, you can come back to this place anytime in your day when things are feeling a little bit chaotic, maybe hectic or busy or just whatever. You watch the news, that's what does it for me. No, but seriously, take 5 breaths or 10 breaths just for yourself and just see how it makes you feel. If it allows you to just calm down, clear out the mind. When you come back up, move slowly, don't use a lot of energy. But remember that every day we don't always have time to take an hour or a half hour to ourselves. We probably do, but things get busy and you just lose track of time. But you can give yourself a few minutes anytime to just breathe. All right, namaste. I'm going to come back to you guys.